Hey, welcome or welcome back. You think gaming is weird now? Oh, my sweet child. The 1990s wasn't just about Doom and Warcraft, it was digital Wild West, a glorious pixelated fever dream where any idea, no matter how unhinged, could get a CD-ROM release. And today we're digging up 10 of the absolute weirdest. First up, a game that sounds like a piece of office equipment, Q.A.D. I mean, let's use it in a sentence. Hey Bob, what are you doing with that stapler? Stapler? It's not a stapler, fool, it's Q.A.D. I have to Q.A.D. this dog before I get it to Michael. See? Office equipment. Anyway, our today's Q.A.D. is also a 1996 shooter that on the surface looks like a normal fly around and shoot stuff game in a 3D sci-fi inspired landscape. So you're a bounty hunter, and you zip around in a ship trying to rescue civilians by stuffing them into transport pods, which you first have to snag from a factory, all while shooting any and all aliens bent on capturing them hostage too. Simple, right? I wish that was all. Because Q.A.D. is also a frantic, unhinged deathmatch against rival bounty hunters. The bizarre part is that the easiest way to win is to just blow up your opponent's rescue pods, civilians and all, so you end up with at least 75% of the hostages. It's a humanitarian mission that actively encourages war crimes. It's pure chaotic voxel-based nonsense, and despite all that, it's a blast. If you thought that your family was weird, you haven't met the Crotonies. They are, well, something else. In Armed Delirious, also known as Dementia or Granny, you play as a, well, delirious grandmother. It's a point-and-click adventure game, but it feels more like a point-and-scream in confusion. Your animal-abusing family has been kidnapped by the Great Rabbit, yeah, you heard that right, a mighty defender of animals across the universe, who also swiped your precious cookbook and locked both it and your family away in bizarre worlds of his creation. Your mission is rather simple. Get your family and your recipes back, armed only with your wits and a flying washing machine that needs fixing first. Armed and Delirious runs on a logic system best described as logically illogical. Kinda like that statement. Your inventory is stored in Granny's bra, or braventory to be precise, and the puzzles are so nonsensical that trying to apply reason only makes them harder, and the click on everything and hope for the best approach feels like the most rational strategy. All in all, it's a Monty Python-esque fever dream of a game, one that can cause more headache than fun, unless you're the kind of a player who thrives on chaos.
Wait for your turn.
This one is a deep cut. Helious, a 1993 DOS game, is one of those titles you'd find in a shareware bin and wonder if it was a game or a virus. Note it down because most of the time it's actually a virus, or malware, either or. In this particular case, however, believe it or not, it happens to be a game. At its core, Helious is an arcade-style puzzler. You pilot a fragile little balloon and, well, try not to pop it. Movement bleeds air, so you're constantly balancing survival against deflation. Collect stuff, dodge pins, rain turrets, you know, the usual suspects. Survive and progress. Now, why is Helios bizarre? I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? It's the graphics. This game is a visual assault. It's a mess of clashing colors, strange sprites and layouts that just get weirder and weirder. It feels less like a game and more like a programmer's kid kindergarten art project that they decided to digitize for posterity. It's weirdly hypnotic, headache-inducing, and you're never quite sure what you're looking at or what you're supposed to be doing. Imagine Mad Max remade by an alien race that only communicates through interpretative dance. That's Vangers. Also, what's more bizarre than that? What? Oh, and don't get hung up on that dancing idea. Vangers is a vehicular action-adventure with RPG vibes. At least, that's how I think about it. But it's really difficult to explain in words. Perhaps it could be easier with that aforementioned artistic dancing. Anyway, you're a Vanger driving mechas, so basically a bug car, across looping ring-shaped worlds. You trade, you fight, you collect beeps, tiny bug creatures that double as currency, and you try to gain favor with alien bios societies. The entire vibe of Vangers is just off, but in the best way. You're not saving the world, you're just trying to get by. To progress with one alien faction, you have to participate in the rituals, which might mean holding some glowing phlegma to a sacred slime pit or whatnot, while rival Vangers try to kill you. It's an entire universe of pure unadulterated what the heck is happening, and it's surprisingly captivating. Here it is, the big one, the one you've all been waiting for. Or to be more precise, the one I've been waiting for to mention and couldn't find the right video to fit it in. Bad Mojo. Bad Mojo is a photorealistic adventure game where you play as Roger Sams, a cynical entomologist who's planning to embezzle money from a research grant to escape his miserable life. It's a rather interesting idea. But then, as he's about to do that, his mother's enchanted locket unleashes a curse that transforms him into a, well, cockroach. Karma, it seems, always finds a way. You're a cockroach? I mean, of course you're not, you're an outstanding fellow or gal, but in the game you are. And for its entirety. Also I said fellow and gal, what am I, 90? Anyway, you navigate a filthy, rundown bar from a roach's eye view. Puzzles involve things like pushing a cigarette butt, using dead roaches to cross a sticky roach trap, or accidentally gassing an entire building. It's disgusting, it's brilliant, and it has a surprisingly complex plot about family reconciliation. And trust you me, you've never been so stressed out by a cat. Appropriately named Franz in a nod to Kafka. In the 90s, everyone was doing dystopia. But only Normality did it this awkwardly and not normal at all. Normality is a fully 3D graphic adventure with that chunky action figure look that screams mid-90s. You play as Kent Natson, a rebellious slacker in the city of Neutropolis where fun is literally illegal. And how serious is the law, you may wonder? Let's just say that the game starts you with getting arrested for whistling a merry tune. Sucks, doesn't it? The whole game runs on the 90s wacky energy. It's not the dark, gritty dystopia you'd expect, it's a goofy one. The humor is relentless, the character models are stiff, and the whole thing feels like a Saturday morning cartoon that accidentally wandered into politics. It's worth seeing just to experience its very specific, very strange, long-forgotten 90s vibe. This isn't just a game, it's an art piece. From the avant-garde eyeball-wearing band, The Residents, this is Bad Day on the Midway. You start as a 10-year-old boy named Timmy at a failing roadside carnival. But here's the hook. You can at any time click on another character and jump directly into their head, taking over their body and seeing their story. If that's not like the weirdest, most bizarre and in an odd way cerebral story you've played all week, I don't know what is. Also, you had a pretty funky week. The goal is, well, not to die, and you wander the Midway uncovering characters' backstories, each one visualized by different artists, and try to avoid being murdered by a serial killer who quote-unquote liberates people he deems ugly by transforming them into butterflies. Oh, and yeah, there's a plague-carrying rat running around, if that all wasn't enough. It's terrifying, beautiful, and makes absolutely zero sense. So you know, a perfect fit for our video. If you ever had a friend who was really into the History Channel, to the point of staying up late and watching it until 2, 3, 4 AM, maybe 5, this is the game they would make if they could. Drowned God Conspiracy of the Ages is a Myst-style adventure game, but instead of wandering a serene island, you drop straight into the middle of an X-Files episode. Well, not literally, but it sure feels like it. The entire game is a massive conspiracy theory dump. It's built on the premise that aliens genetically engineered humanity and have been pulling the strings behind everything. The Knights Templar, Atlantis, the JFK assassination, you name it. Any plausible or implausible scenario, they're the ones responsible. The game is a surreal, psychedelic and honestly kinda creepy journey through every fringe theory, all presented as if it were 100% fact. It's based on a forged manuscript by designer Harry Horse, which claimed to reveal hidden truths of history, and that origin only adds to its mystique. Drowned God is the ultimate 90s The Truth Is Out There artifact, and for that alone, it's worth experiencing. What happens when you let an industrial metal band's album cover artist design a first-person shooter? You get ZPC, aka Zero Population Count. ZPC is a mid-90s FPS running on the Marathon 2 engine. Yeah, the very same famous Mac FPS tech. So what do you do in ZPC? You run, you gun, you find keys, you know, standard stuff you do in Doom, Quake or, well, Marathon. The difference is that you're sort of a God King, roused from suspended animation to deal with an evil sect that's taken over the planet and is slaughtering your followers. The weirdest thing about it is definitely the art style. Every texture, every enemy and every wall is designed by Aidan Hughes, the guy behind those iconic KMFDM album covers. And no, sadly I don't know them, it's all just research folks. Anyway, the entire game looks like a living, breathing Soviet-era propaganda poster. It's all harsh angles, stark reds and blacks and brutalist architecture. ZPC is probably the most industrial-feeling game ever made. And finally a game that proves 90s Germany was a weird place. Good weird, to be clear, not dangerous or sus weird. Chewy, Escape from F5.
There's someone coming, and I sense the
Chewy is a bright, colorful cartoon point-and-click adventure very much in the Day of the Tentacle style. You play as pink one-eyed alien named Chewy, chasing down your buddy Clint after he crash lands on Earth with the stolen red glam, a powerful artifact that the evil Brocks are desperate to get back. Plenty of weird names, I know, just remember it's a point-and-clicker and just go with it. So why is Chewy odd, you may wonder? Well, it's just pure uncut zany. You'll be ghost hunting, shooting slime balls and getting shrunk, and that's just the start of it all. The puzzles aren't exactly brainbusters, so the game is really a delivery system for the relentless, wacky humor. Chewy may not be the most eyebrow-raising game out there, but it's odd in the most wholesome and family-friendly way you could imagine. It's definitely worth a playthrough.
My fire, it's burning again. Thank you. Here is the Fluxo place.
And that's it. 10 games that prove that 90s were the golden age of just letting developers try anything. It was a time of digital guts and glory, and honestly, I kind of miss it. Not the power of systems that we had, but the creativity that seems to only be visible in the indies today. If you enjoyed this video, hit those like, sub and bell icons below, it helps more than you know. Thanks a lot for watching, take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon.